Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Applicable in my life today. So I'm here for that, and if that's what you for, then that's what we're here to get right into. Now it's another episode of The Angry Black Man, and you already know I'm angry, and I got reasons to be, and I got a lot of reasons to be angry, but we're going to talk about one in particular reason today. And today I'm angry about my relationship. And it's not so much that I'm angry about my relationship. I'm angry that it doesn't always go the way I want it to. You know, and I guess, you know, it'd be fair for me to say that, you know, everybody wants the relationship to be perfect at all times. I mean, who wants to be going through stuff, you know? But I think it's the things that we go through that cause us to have the greatest relationship afterwards. You know what I'm saying? We go through this in order to get to that. It's like lifting weights. You know, we start out maybe, you know, let's say you start out with, let's say 50 pounds. And you're struggling with this 50 pounds, but you know, you keep working at it, and just when it gets easy, life has a way of adding another 50 pounds. Now you're struggling again, and you know, you start working at it, and again it gets easy again. But just as life starts to get easy and you think you got it, life has another way of adding another 50 pounds. And before long, you know, you're a 500-pound person. And I don't mean that in a literal sense, you know what I'm saying? Where, you know, you can substantiate and maintain, you have the capacity to hold on to 500 pounds, where if you would have got that 500 pounds in the beginning of the relationship, it would have crushed you. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like everything with life. I think life has a way of dealing with us just in that sense. You know, we get stronger as we go through things. You know, and as we go through our lessons, we develop the strength to get us to the next lesson. But if we would have gave up in the beginning, you know, we could have called it all done then. But you know, and been crushed in the beginning. But, you know, thank God that I wasn't and you wasn't and we're not. And that's the reason why we're having this conversation today. Because, you know, my relationship means a lot to me. And I'm beyond my marriage. You know, when I talk about relationships, folks, I'm talking about all relationships, and I'm talking about the most important relationship, the one with myself. That's the most important relationship. Out of all the relationships I have, the one with myself is the one that means the most. Because the one that I have with myself is how I relate to the rest of the world. You know, if I don't have a good relationship with me, then I don't have a good relationship with you all. You know, and if I don't treat myself good, then I'm not going to treat no one else good. You know, and I guarantee you that, you know, folks. So, you know, learn to at least be happy with yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, find out what makes you unhappy and then change it. So simple, right? You don't like the fact that you broke? Get another job. Funny, isn't that? Just so simple. You don't like the car you drive? Get another one. You can't afford the one you want? Get another job that says you can, or cut your spending down so you can afford the car you want. See how simple that is? Don't like something, change it. So simple. You don't like the relationship you in? Get out of it and get into a different one. I don't know why life has got to be so hard for some people. Some people just don't want change. Some people say they want to grow and they want things to be different. But I challenge you, if you find one thing today, think about one thing, just one thing out of your life that you do not like and that you have the power to change, and then change it. Now, I was talking to someone the other day and they were telling me, oh, I don't like the fact that I do my laundry and I never set my laundry away. I never put my laundry away. Big ups to you, Nicole. Shout out to you, girl. Don't mean to put you on blast, but yes, I do. So Nicole tells me, yeah, sure, I do my laundry and I just set, and it sits there, and I don't know why. I don't follow through. I don't never follow through. I said, obviously, you're okay with your laundry being there, and you just need acceptance. No, but I don't like it. You do, or else you would have done something about it. Tell me this. Yeah, if you don't like the flavor of the toothpaste, are you gonna keep brushing your teeth with it? No. If you're eating something and it tastes nasty to you, are you gonna continue to eat it? No, you're gonna stop eating it. So if you don't like the fact that you don't put your laundry away, just stop not putting it away. Or come to the fact that I accept this. This is something that I'm okay with. It may not be okay with everybody else. It may not be okay with, the fact that, I'm trying to teach my daughter and other people that I follow through. But, I'm okay with not finishing my laundry. Accept it. That's what I told her. Or change it. Accept it or change it. So, back to the relationship thing. So, I'm thinking about my relationship, and the one thing is that, my wife, I'm going to take her for instance. This is my wife. I love this woman, man. And if any of you know me, you know how I feel about my wife. You know how I talk about her when she's with me, when she's not with me, and because see, here's the thing. My wife should never feel jealous of other women. Do you get that? That's my job. Is to make her where she never feels jealous of other women. Other women should feel jealous of my wife. I should never make her have to think, oh, I wish I could be in that relationship. No, I got other people walking around talking about, man, I wish I had your relationship, Danielle. Because, yeah, my wife means something to me, and my marriage means something to me. And I want it to work out. So I go the extra steps, to say I'm sorry when I'm doing or said the wrong thing. I go the extra step to make my wife not feel jealous of other women, So I make it my practice to, when my wife isn't in my presence, that I talk highly of her, all the time. And another thing I never do is complain about my wife to other women. That's something that you should never do. Never, ever do. Now, I may have conversation with other men about my relationship, but I won't complain about my wife to other men either. Because you don't want to do that either, man. Because you get to let other people know, exactly what's going on in your relationship. And, man, you got to watch out for people. Because, yeah, man, they be plotting, too. And, yeah, they be plotting on your woman just like you was plotting to get her. So you got to be careful of that, too. Don't go complain about your wife to other men. because then he'd go back, running back, oh, baby, let me tell you this, what he be saying about you, if I was him, I'd do this, and I'd do that, the other, but you gotta be really careful of those things. So, I'm saying all these things to say this, folks, invest in your relationship, invest time in your relationship, invest effort in your relationship. You're going to get out of your relationship what you put into it. And remember that the relationship and all relationships you are in are just an extension of the relationship you are in with yourself. The way you relate with yourself is the way you relate with God. And I'm going to be bold and make a statement and say that. The way you relate with yourself is the way you relate with God. If you treat yourself bad, then I can guarantee you treat your relationship with God bad. And think about how well you treat yourself. And if you have a good relationship with yourself, then I can guarantee you that you also have a good relationship with the Lord. And if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, then I guarantee you don't have good relationships with the Lord or with other people, because it just wouldn't work, because I think that's one of the things that we would try to do, as we would want to be able to relate with other people. I would want to be able to fix those things that would cause me to not have good relationships. And how could I make myself more relatable? What do I have to offer to the relationship? What do I come into the relationship with? Do I bring baggage? Do I bring anger, strife? Do I bring challenge? You know what I'm saying? Or do I bring happiness? Do I add to your happiness? Do I make your life easy? Am I what's that button? I think that was the button they called it, the easy button. Remember back in the day they had that red button that staples. Hit the easy button. If somebody doesn't do that when they come into your relationship, when they be coming to relate to you, then that might be okay to sever that relationships, and we gotta be okay with doing that today. It's just funny. I just happen to have this shirt on. It says, circle got smaller. Everybody can't go. I guess this was a Nipsey Hussle saying, my circle got smaller. Everybody can't go. It's okay. I'm okay with knowing that. Everybody ain't meant to go with you. Not everybody is meant for the ride. Everybody can't see your vision, so you can't be telling it to everybody. But those people who can't see your vision and wasn't meant to go with you for the ride, you got to stop trying to take them and trying to force them to come along on your journey, because they ain't meant to go. They're just going to kick and scream along the way and complain and make your travel that much harder. So I know you hear me. So the one thing that I do know is that when you're in a relationship with people and you're pouring into them, as you pour into them, they pour back into you. So at the end of the day, neither one of you are depleted. You both have full and overflow because you're both pouring, as the relationship pours, and then just think, now you're in multiple relationships and multiple people pouring into you, and you're pouring into multiple people. But one of the things that you got to remember, that we are a limited resource, and because we're a limited resource, we can't add value to everybody's life. So because we can't add value to everybody's life, we got to make sure that the people that are involved in our circle are either adding value to us, or at least not taking away value from us and taking it and putting it somewhere else. And you know what I mean by that, taking your resources, taking what you have to offer, and then applying it in other relationships. You know what I'm saying? you know, taking your money, your time, you know, your grocery, your gas, your car, and running around, running some other woman around, you know, spending time with her and her kids, you know what I'm saying, on your dime. You know, we got to stop doing that to ourselves, allowing people to do that to us. So I'm here to tell you that it's okay to want better, do better. If you want better, do better, right? If you're gonna do better, you're gonna want better. It's all it's the circle. Come on. But here's the thing. Here's the one major thing. And this is the problem with most of us, because we're broken people and we come from these broken backgrounds. We want so much to fit in and to please people. We're all people pleasers, and then we want everybody to accept us and accept what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always conducive. You know what I mean? And we just want to make other people happy. So because of that, we're allowing people, we take people's garbage and we allow them to abuse us, because we're afraid that, you know, we're not going to have this other, what are we going to do without the relationship? I need you to like me. And if you don't like me, what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? So again, we go around pleasing people, doing things for people that we know we shouldn't be doing, running for people that don't run for us, you know, adding value to people's life that don't add value back to us. They're not reciprocating what we put into them. So those relationships have to stop, and you gotta be okay with saying, I'm okay with that. So just think of it like a tree, and let's just say that this is the stalk of the tree, you know, and it's, you know, adding value to all these digits. But let's just say these 2 digits right here are dead digits and aren't offering no beauty, there are no flowers, nothing's blooming, nothing's going on in these 2 relationships. But I'm still giving life to them. But let's just think, you know, what would happen to these other relationships if I just cut these 2 off? How much stronger would these relationships be if I stop pouring into dead relationships? You know what I'm saying? I hope somebody gets this. You know what I'm saying? And we can't be afraid. And I think we're conditioned to, out of fear that if I lose this relationship, I may not get into the next one, or the next one may not be as good, or I have to learn somebody all over again. You know, go through the terrible, leave the bathroom door open kind of relationship. You know what I'm talking about. When you're in a relationship, when you feel that comfortable that you can leave the bathroom door open, and then you have to go through that with somebody else. I also say when the fart starts to stink, because just think about it, you know, when you're in a new relationship, you're in this brand new relationship, you know, first time the significant other fart, you might inhale, but oh, they pooed it. How cute. They pooed it. Oh, that's so cute. 10 years later, you look on like, what the fuck, niggas, you... Shit nasty. Stop. Right? Come on, man. I know somebody else understands what I'm talking about. But, you know, after a while, who wants to go through that again? So, I heard a young man tell me that a couple of weeks ago. Man, if my wife, I don't know if my wife would ever want my wife to leave me, man. I never want to start over again with another relationship. I looked at him, you weak man, you. I had other words, but I'm looking at him like, you weak individual. No wonder you're having problems in your relationship. You're not a pillar of strength. You are not a novelist. You know what that symbol even stands for? Man, listen. If me and my wife were to break up today, I'd be upset. Very upset. I'd be upset that I done spent all this damn time with this woman. And now, I gotta be with somebody else. But am I gonna be crushed? Am I gonna be willing to start all over again? Oh, hell yes, I am. But you know something? I think that right there, that attitude right there, is what makes me attractive to my wife. The fact that I'm not weak like that she sees me as a pillar of strength. Like, man, that's a one strong man right there. You know, and if something were to happen to me, yeah, he'd be able to pick up the pieces and can move on. Yeah, he's gonna be Trent with me or without me. Yeah, man, that's what you need. All that other, I don't know what I do. Oh, I gotta start all over again. Who wants to do that? Me, so I can get it right. Man, it's like a freaking eraser. You know how many I done erased it out? Yeah, man. But, yeah, I love my wife, man. And, yeah, I don't want to be with nobody else. But if I had to, I know I could. Just like I know she could. You know? And that's what it makes me attractive to her. If I didn't think that my wife could move on, what the heck do I want her for? What good is she to me? What if something were to happen to me? When they say for better or for worse, does she fall apart if I'm not there if I'm not there to keep pushing, or if I'm not there to be the man that I am today? You know, God forbid something were to happen, I get into an injury, or, you know, heart attack, anything could happen, paralyzed, lots of things could happen. And my family would need, you know, depend on my wife to, you know, substantiate us. You know, I know my wife could do it. It probably would be hard, but I know she could do it, you know. And just like she know I could, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm 100% man, and she's 100% woman. And that's what makes us have a 100% relationship. I ain't come in this relationship with 50%, looking for a woman that had another 50% so we can add it together, and maybe together we can come up with this relationship. Oh man, I needed 100% woman. She needed to be all the things that I needed in a wife when I met her. Bible says it like this: he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Not potential wife or a girlfriend who later can become a wife one day. You know, no, it says he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. That means my wife had to be a wife when I met her. She had to be everything that I was looking for in a wife. Everything. I couldn't be coming to this relationship and try to add to her or take away from her and then say, okay, what I got left is my wife. You know, or if I put these attributes in her, then she could be my wife. No, I met a wife. I met my wife when I met her. I met my wife. First thing I met when I met my wife is, you're gonna be my wife. True story. If any of you guys know me, you know that I'm telling you the God's honest truth, man. I didn't say 3 words to my wife before I told her, you're gonna be my wife. And of course she told me I was crazy and looked at me like I was stupid. But here we are, 22 years later, 2 sons. Yeah. I meant it when I said it. Yeah, that was my wife. I seen it. You know, and I'm not afraid to tell you guys that, you know, and I love her. I love her. Nobody else. I ain't got no desire for no other woman. None out there. I don't care what you got. You know? And I'm telling the truth. tell you, my wife is the baddest woman on the planet. And I put the stamp on that. Now, if I was to say it was another woman that I think would be on the level of my wife, see, I never had a conversation with Beyonce. But she looked good. She got a couple of dollars. And I think she would add value to my life. Now, if a conversation goes with all those other things, that would be one of the only people I would even consider. But that depends on her conversation. Yeah, and I mean that, man, because, yeah, I love my wife, man. I ain't got no thoughts, or I don't even know anybody that could compare to her on this earth. If that glass was emptied, yeah, I definitely have a void. But yeah, I'm strong enough, and I know that I have the strength to move on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not weak like that. You know, but I love my wife. I'll go on record to say that. So listen, this is Trenton Jenkins, and I'm signing off, and we had another episode of Live Life Out Loud with Purpose. Now, remember, if you heard anything that resonates with you, any truth that you can make applicable, please share this content. Give it a thumbs up, folks. You know, it costs you anything to get this content out there. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a dime. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're enjoying any part of this content. And if you think I need to change up anything, please leave me a comment below, and we'll talk about it. All right. Remember, live life out loud with purpose.